Welcome to First Pages. I hope you're having a great day. Got a cup of hot tea here today. Oolong instead of my usual Earl Grey. Still good though. And check out this coaster that my friend at Dye's Dazzling Design made for me for my Hidden Spring series. Isn't that adorable? I'll put the links to her site in the description. Okay, so down to business. Today I have a mystery for you by C.J. Beatty called Drifting Sands. The night air was cool and damp as it blew off the ocean. Ian McAllister towed the sand where he stood, looking out into the darkness surrounding him. A soft glow filled the sky over the Warfield Hotel several hundred yards away. This was a public beach and closed at night, and the only sound was the soft lapping of the water against the shore. Ian fingered the note in his pocket as he thought of the words he'd read over and over again since he'd received it. Ian, I need your help, please. Come to the Warfield and meet me on the beach at 10 p.m. on Friday evening. There's a spot on the north end of the beach, just between the public beaches and the private beach of the Warfield. There's a sign, meet me there. Don't tell anyone. Please, Ian, I need you. Justin. Ian had not heard from Justin Warfield since Justin got married. It had been too hard to see each other as only friends. They'd each gone on with their lives. But for Ian, Justin Warfield was a hard man to forget, so when the letter arrived, his decision to come had been easy. The sound of footsteps treading through the sand caused Ian to turn around. He was surprised to find a gun aimed at him. What are you doing? Ian asked, but there was no answer. He felt the pressure as the impact of the bullet pushed him back slightly. A searing pain knifed its way into his chest. He didn't have time to run or even scream out. Darkness took him as he crumbled to the ground. Justin Warfield sat on a dune looking back at the Warfield Hotel, watching the wind pick up the sand around him. He'd just finished his morning run, and his upper thighs were still feeling the burn. It would soon be time to head back to the hotel and begin his morning routine. For now, he found comfort in just sitting here with his own thoughts. It shouldn't have been a surprise turning 40, but it was. He felt like the sand moving in the breeze along the beach's edge, like he was drifting and alone. But not for long. Peter was coming home. His birthday had been forgotten in the excitement of Peter's grad school graduation and imminent homecoming, plus the summer season was about to begin. Peter was Justin's younger brother. When their parents were killed in an auto accident during a freak ice storm in the mountains of South Carolina, he had been 25 and Peter just 10. Justin had raised his younger brother and taken over the family hotel. It hadn't been an easy 15 years. Justin was looking forward to having Peter back home. He'd have a family again. He and Peter had always had a close, loving relationship. Peter's acceptance of him being gay and his need to keep it quiet meant the world to Justin. He loved his younger brother dearly. Peter was bringing a friend home with him too, Marcus Drummond. Peter had met Marcus during their freshman year at the University of South Carolina, and they had remained good friends during their years in college and their master's programs. They'd shared an apartment off campus while Peter studied under the Moore Business Academy at USC. Marcus had been in the criminal justice department. Justin thought he remembered meeting a shy, geeky kid at one time over the years, but didn't really know if that had been Marcus or not. All he knew was that Peter thought of him as his best friend, and that was all that mattered to Justin. Marcus could only stay a couple of weeks, so Justin would give Peter and his friend time to play tourist, but the sooner he got Peter working in the hotel, the better. Justin was excited about them managing the hotel together as a team. It was a dream finally coming true. After feeling so alone earlier and focusing on the past, he was more than ready to move forward. A quick look at his watch, and Justin realized he needed to get back and get ready for the day. He stood from the sand and shook as much of it as he could from his clothes. There was no use trying to get the pesky little grains off his skin without the help of a shower. He had just enough time to do that and change before making his appearance at 8 in the dining room. Joining the guests for meals was one of his favorite things about owning the Warfield. It was a tradition that had started with his grandfather and had carried on. Visitors who were repeat guests knew all the traditions and expected them when they visited. Next week, when the hotel was full for the beginning of the summer season and Peter was home, it would mean even more. Stepping around the craggy rocks and wild grass, Justin headed for the hotel. The Warfield was a 4-story, 40-room landmark that hadn't changed much in over 100 years. There had been plumbing and electrical updates over time, and just recently, Justin had even installed Wi-Fi for the patrons who were staying at the hotel. It was one of the first hotels built on the beach in the early 1900s. Resembling a pre-Civil War plantation home with white columns and shaded verandas, the Warfield was like no other hotel on the coast of South Carolina. Justin's grandfather had fallen in love with Beaufort and the sandy beaches and the rugged coastline surrounding it when he'd passed through on his way to Florida one year. He'd come back the next year with funds in hand, built the Warfield, and the family had been there ever since. The breakfast crowd was quiet and fairly small, but Justin knew that in 2 weeks' time things would be much different. He'd already looked over the reservations for the summer months, and they would be full to overflowing for the months of June and July. August wasn't completely booked, but still looked good. September would begin to show the signs of school resuming, and many of the visitors would be older patrons who returned each year at that time. He was in the middle of negotiations with Randolph Harper of Harper Sales, Inc. for a booking for the entire hotel during late September. The man wanted to bring his entire sales staff to the hotel for a seminar working vacation, along with their spouses. Starting Peter's training when he arrived home would be perfect timing. He could work half a day with Justin, seeing how the operation worked, and then join Marcus for some fun. By late October, Justin hoped Peter would be ready, and he could take a long overdue and much-needed vacation. But will Justin be able to take that vacation once the body of Ian McAllister is discovered on the beach near the Warfield? And who killed Ian? If you would like to find out, click on the buy links in the description. I hope you enjoyed that little snippet of Drifting Sands by C.J. Beatty. If you enjoy First Pages, please subscribe so that you're notified when I post new videos. As always, thank you for your support of authors, and happy reading.